mother's from Baranovich.
Oh.
Which is
But her grandmother is from here.
But my grandmother was from here. I mean, I was born in London. So she was my mother's friend.
August 1942. That was August 6th. 500 best workers, tailors, shoemakers, carpenters. They built bunks for themselves because there was nothing here in the rooms. So we are now in this building in the middle, which is shown on the model. And the line going to the left shows the direction of the tunnel. And in fact, the prisoners had no exit out. They had no contact with the outside world. They were sealed and closed on this small territory where there was not a single tree, not a single bird, not a single cat. And Jack said if there had been a single mouse, it would have been eaten immediately. What were the measurements for life? Well, it was measured in grams. Every single smallest piece of bread mattered. In front of the eyes of the rest, who were on that day, they were getting an extra piece of bread. I believe that this is the bed on which Tuvia Belsky slept in the forest, because only commanders could afford sleeping on a bed in the forest. All the rest slept on bunks. They built zemlankas, dugouts, and slept on bunks. She was in such a shock, in such a state of shock, that only a day or 2 days later she came back to herself, and then she came to die.
Открыть памятный знак предоставляется узникам Минского гетто Фриде Вульфовне Рейзман, Якову Моисеевичу Мураховскому, а также малолетним узникам нацистских лагерей, вывезенным на принудительные работы вместе с семьями, Михаилу Кирьяновичу Кособукину и Марии Николаевне Жичко.
Я думаю, что уникальный этот памятник является памятником всем еврейским детям, которые погибли на земле Беларуси, еврейским детям, потому что огромное количество именно еврейских детей погибло.
My parents' families were largely wiped out, and we heard stories from Holocaust survivors who came to London. They all seemed to visit my parents' home. The threads of the Holocaust wove throughout my childhood, sometimes conscious, sometimes spoken, and sometimes silent. The enormity of the Second World War, signifying enormous, immense loss and resilient survival, were always background stories throughout my childhood and my brother's childhood.
I'll only say this. It's humbling to be speaking in the shadow of a monument like this, because it so magically captures two ideas existing at the same time here in this beautiful town. But as both the mayor and Jeanette so well said, it's also an inspiration for the will to live and for an optimistic focus on the future and focus on life that is also the embodiment of the Jewish faith. Those are two extremely difficult ideas to capture in one single monument. So I want to congratulate the town, the mayor, Jeanette, the organizers, and all the inhabitants of this town for creating a memory, but also something that symbolizes hope for the future that will be here for many years and will inspire many, many people for a very long time.
В годы военного лихолетия погибло 45 тысяч мирных жителей. Те люди, которые мечтали жить, творить, но, к сожалению большому, война изменила все напрочь. Девочка вышла из данного трудового лагеря, но ее узнали на улицах нашего города, арестовали и, к огромному сожалению, расстреляли. И узнав об этом, новогрудчане решили отдать дань уважения всем людям, всем детям, которые пострадали в годы Великой Отечественной войны, сделав великое благое дело, поставив памятный знак в честь не только данного ребенка, а в честь всех людей, кто не дожил до светлых дней Великой Победы.
Михля хотела жить. Я, узнав об этом, понял, что не смогу жить. Если хоть как-то ей не помогу, простой человек что может? Знак поставить за деньги. Деньги же осколки наших желаний. Я осколки желаний Михли, своего огромного, сложил в памятный знак именно. Знак для всего человечества.